Hello YouTube, Ron this side, and today I'm creating a video on topic pipeline as code. I hope you have or you are familiar with Jenkins file and writing CI/CD pipeline using YAML in your GitHub Actions or your Bitbucket pipelines. So in today's video, I will be demonstrating the same thing but using Python. How can you create your pipeline? So there could be some scenarios where you are not allowed or you don't have any familiarity with using traditional CI tools. But if you know Python, so with that also you can create your own custom pipelines and deploy the applications into your servers. I know this is a very rare scenario where you are given to create your CI/CD pipeline from scratch, but this could be a good scenario or a use case where you can practice or enhance your Python skill as well. So in this video, I will start with the demo how we can use and utilize Python and how we can deploy the application using the stages we usually build in our traditional CI tools as well. So this video will be totally hands-on video. So there is no such repository or any readme file we have to follow. We just have to follow the code which I will be writing here, and I will try to make this session as much as simple, and will try to also make this session fun and interactive. And I also encourage, if you all are familiar with Python, then you can also try the same in your end. So for the demo, I'm using Kilocoda, and I'm using simple Ubuntu server here because I'm not using Kubernetes. So everything will be utilized inside this server. So instead of using the terminal here, we will use the editor option, which is very much similar to VS Code IDE. And here we will start our Python code. So let me first zoom in so that it is more visible to you. Okay, so now first we have to create a Python file. Let us give this as ci.yaml. ci.py. So py is the extension usually used for Python files. So our Python file is created, and now let's write some code here. So first we would be importing some libraries or binaries which will help us to create the pipeline, and also help us to use the input and output operating system commands and all that stuff. So for that we will be using subprocess and OS. So these two libraries or packages, you can understand them as that they will help us to create processes here means whenever we will create a stage, that stage has to communicate with the operating system. So there these two libraries will help us. And I am importing time library so that we can give some time or some halt after each and every step. So first we will be writing some configuration, or you can say some variables which we will be utilizing in the stages, as we have always utilized the same in our pipelines, that whenever it could be your Jenkins file, your GitHub Actions, or your GitLab CI. So you can understand this as that now we are just declaring the variables as the secrets we usually provide in the tool. So first we have to provide our repo URL from where we will be using the code. After that, we have to give our Docker image name, which we will assign to our application. After that, we can also give the Docker tag, which we will assign to our image. And after that, I'm also be adding Trivy application for my scanning the vulnerabilities in my Docker image. So that will also be required. So first, let us fill the details which we have to use in these variables. So let us, yeah, okay. So for the repo, I will be using my same application which I have always used in my tutorials, which is my React weather application. So this is the weather application. What I will do, I will just copy the URL from here and paste the same here. After that, I will be mentioning my Docker image name. So you must be familiar that whenever we have to provide our Docker image name, then we have to provide the username as well. So in this case, I am not using Docker Hub or any other Docker registry because I have to provide the login credential as well. So for this demo purpose, I am using this beautiful tool, which is ttl.sh, and I have already created some one video on this, so you can check that out as well. It's a very small video, so it won't take much of your time. So from here, we will just copy this username and we will just paste it here. Then let us give our application name as weather-app-demo. After that, we just have to provide the tag, and whenever we have to use, or means you can give any tag, but just for the simplicity, whenever I use ttl.sh, I give tag in respective of hours. So here you can see, understand that this image, when it will be built and pushed, then it will be active for 10 hours. And after that, just name my Trivy report file as a text file. So here we are done with the configuration, or you can say mentioning the variables. You can do the same using .env file and all. And this is just for demo, and so that like you can, if you are not familiar with Python, how to declare functions and how to write code, so this is just for that purpose. But I will definitely suggest you to like hide these values whenever possible. So now let us first write our first method, or you can say stage, which is def checkout code. So you can consider this as our first stage, where we will be checking out the code. So let us give some comments or some labels that we are clone the GitHub repository. Okay, after that, just a print message, so that in the logs or in the terminals we can see that what we are trying to do. We are trying to clone our repository. I think I misspelled it. Yeah, okay. Cloning repository. Let's give some beautiful symbols here. Okay. Now what we will do, we will try to create a directory where we will be cloning all the files which we have written inside this GitHub repository. So what I mean is, I will just check if os.path.exist repository. Okay, so what does this mean? That when this method will be called, then we will try to check that if this path or this directory exists, then what it should do, it should first remove that first it should remove that repository, and then only it should take a new instance, means then only it should clone the repository. Why I am doing this? So that whenever the function is called, then it will always take a fresh instance, and then only the cloning should start. So after this, we will do this, and we can also use a parameter which is check true, that it will always check that this should exist or this should work. Let us give a new print message as well, so that we can check that whatever action is taking place here. So you can write here as repo already exist. Okay, repo, not repo, you can say that directory already exists here. After this, what you can do, you can now, if this condition is not required, then what it should do, it should start with cloning the repository. So here what we should do, we should write, instead of remove, we should write get clone, and instead of repository we should write the variable which we have declared here, pass that here, and it will go inside this directory. Yes, and we are done with our first step or first stage. And after everything is done, we can write cloning repo is successful. So this is our first stage where we are checking out the code. You can you can understand that most of the statement here is almost the comment or the print statement. The code is just for these 4 lines. And after cloning, we can also provide some time gap for our next stage to get ready. So for that, you can use time.sleep, which is a method inside time library, and inside that we just have to pass integer which is symbolizing the seconds. Okay, so our first stage is done, and now we just have to write a main function or a main block. Whenever the pipeline will get executed, then my interpreter or my this terminal should navigate to this main block, and then only it will call my checkout code method, and then it will execute whatever written inside this method. So for that, what we can do, we can also utilize try and except block, so that we can handle and make our pipeline robust as the same which we have been using in our traditional CI tools. And after that, if anything goes wrong between the execution, then it will be handled by the except block, and it will use exception as E, and it will print the message here. I think I have to use colon here and print that pipeline failed due to some exception. Okay, so we have mentioned our method, and if anything goes wrong between running this code, then our except block will handle that, and it will print this message, and it will exit from the same. Yes. So here in this main block, we will be writing the sequence as we have always written in our Jenkins file, that first this stage will be executed, then the second, then the third, and all. And now we just have to write the main thing, which is a syntax to be used in Python, where it will help us to use this main method. So here the flow is, whenever we will execute this Python file, our code will navigate to this folder, this block, this if block, and whatever written inside this main block, then it will go to my main method, and here it will try to execute the stages one by one. Okay, I hope I am making some sense here, and you are not confused. You just need some kind of basic prerequisite to understand Python here, because whatever the intention and the code I am writing, it is very much similar to the CI tools. You just have to remember the syntax and all, and you will definitely love this video, because you will think, if you practice the same from your end, then two things you will be getting as a benefit. First is, you will be able to write Python, because Python is very much used in your DevOps automation task. And after that, and the second benefit could be, if you are just given with a single server, you know how to create your own custom CI tools and your pipelines. So this is my intention. I hope you will be able to understand what I'm trying to convey here. So we are good with our first stage. Let us try to execute this. And to execute our Python file, we just have to write Python, then the name of our Python file. Okay, so we have got some error. Okay, no issue with that. Okay. My bad. I have used braces here, but it was not required here. It should be used here. Okay, so now again execute this, and let me move this terminal so that you can see the logs as well. Okay, okay, if my bad, I have to use this is equal to. So from here also you can see that I missed equal to sign. Now let us execute this one more time. Okay, so now see, cloning into repository, and cloning repo is successful. And here this is waiting for 10 seconds, because we have given that duration here. And here you can see that earlier this repository folder was not there, but now it is there. And inside that we have the source code stored inside this repo. So you can see that the same repository code which we have here, and it is inside this repository, and cloning repo is successful. So congratulations, we have created our first method or first stage using Python. And now we just have to reuse this thing and do some minor modification, so that we can achieve our whole pipeline with this. So now our checking out the code is done. Then now we can build our application using Docker. So for that, I will create a new method, build Docker image. This is the name I'm giving. And here what we have to do, we will use the same labels here. For now we just need to change this as building Docker image. Okay, so now this is done. Now print message as well, so that we can have some beautiful or some meaningful terminal messages. Now what we can do, building Docker image from app. Okay, so now everything is done. Now what we have to do, as you know that our code is inside this repository directory. So what we have to do, we have to move inside this repository. So for that, we just have to use a method which is known as os.chdir, which is very much similar to changing the directory, and we have to move inside our repository. Okay, and now we can also check if my Docker file is within inside this path or not. So here you can see that after entering inside repository, I have Docker file in the in this same level. So I can check the same here, that if my Docker file exists or not. Docker file, yeah. And if it does not, then we will raise an exception, or you can say that we will just close or exit from the flow, that we cannot move ahead. Docker file is not present. Okay, now the same thing, we just have to copy this subprocess so that we can execute the processes or the commands, and we just have to change this to docker build, the same command whatever we have used earlier times as well. Docker build -t, then the image. So the image name we are passing here as a variable, so we just have to give here, and inside that we have to provide a colon, and to concatenate my Docker image name with my Docker image tag, we just have to use this plus icon, and this will now concatenate my image with the tag. And after that, we just have to pass the directory location, which is we can provide with dot. Okay, so this is done. We can also provide this print message with displaying message as building Docker image is done. Building Docker image is successful, and we can also use this. Okay, so now everything seems fine. So we have written our stage. Now we just have to pass this stage inside our try block, and yeah, we are ready to execute our first stages. So let's start executing. OS change directory, I think I have forgot okay, this is what checkout. Okay, I forgot it here. Okay, now let us again execute it. If not, okay, my bad. If not, os.path.exist should be the correct method. Okay, yeah, now again it is cloning it and checking out the code, and now our second stage should be triggered after 10 seconds. Okay, so now you can see that our Docker build stage is executing, and it is building the application. So with the stages we have written inside our Docker file, then it just has to execute those. Yeah, we can wait for it. So this is just extracting all the layers which our application requires, and accordingly it will perform the steps which we have written inside the Docker file. Okay, so it is installing the libraries which is required by the application using npm install. So as this is a React application, so it requires node and npm. Yeah. Okay, meanwhile, let me also check the steps to install Trivy. So Trivy is a open source tool which is for scanning our Docker images. So it will we will be also requiring this Trivy tool. So I just need the installation step for that, like how we can install this using its libraries and all. Um, so let me check which one we can use. I guess 3v downloads, 3v latest is there. 3v install Ubuntu installation. Yes, yeah, okay. Um, yeah, so I will be using this Debian one because the operating system I'm using is of Debian. So I just need these two stages, sorry, these two commands which we can use in our third stage as well. Okay, so our pipeline has been completed, and here you can see that building Docker image is successful, and we can also check the same using Docker image, Docker images. So here you can see this is the repository name we have given, and the tag as well, and it is created a minute ago. So we are good to go with the further stages. So now what we can do, we can just copy this stage and do some minor modification. Here we can write as Trivy install. Okay, and now we just need print okay. Okay, I think we can still use this os.chdr. I don't think. Okay, let us install this not in this repository. Let us move a step back, and then only we should install our Trivy executable file. So now we have to just use print message as installing Trivy scanner, and subprocess dot run is fine. Let us just comment this down for a bit, and we will check that if our method will take the root directory or not. Okay, subprocess dot run, it is not required now. We can remove this, and installing Trivy scanner, and we can use the same for the next step as well. And here we can change this message as Trivy scanner is successful. Yeah, okay. Now what we have to do, we just have to use these command. Let me copy this. Let me do one thing, wget. First I will write this here, and inside that we just have to pass this whole URL, yes, till.deb, and pass it here. And after that we just have to use this command, which is sudo we are just depackaging, or you can say extracting, and moving the Debian file inside our user bin local directory, so that that could be installed globally and can be called easily whenever it is called. So sudo dpackage -i, and then this file name. Okay, so we are done with this, and we have given the time duration as well. Now we just have to use this method, paste the same below this build Docker image, and let us again start executing our Python file. So it will execute this. Cloning repo is successful. Then it should now build the Docker image, and now I don't think it should take more time, because everything is done in the previous build. So we are just waiting for some 10 seconds, and after that we will install our Trivy. Okay, so it is installed inside that. Okay, this is not a problem. And after setting up Trivy scanner is also successful. So here you can see that our 3 stages is successfully done. Now what we have to do, we just have to scan our image which we have created earlier in this Docker image stage. What we can write this method as, or stage as, Trivy scan, and scanning Trivy scanning Docker image using Trivy. Okay, so here you can see Trivy scanner is successful, so our whole pipeline is successful. Now we just have to do some minor modification. Scanning Docker image is done. Okay, now we just have we can remove this, and we can write Trivy. Then we can remove this because it's not required. Okay, now we just have to use Trivy. There should be Trivy scan. Okay, inside docs container image, yeah, we just have to use something like Trivy image, then the R image name. So what we have to do is we can also remove this because it's not required now. Trivy, then image, and now we just have to pass our image name which we have used like this. We just have to pass this. We don't require quotations here, and yeah, everything seems good. Just one thing we have to add here, as what I'm trying to achieve here is I will be scanning my Docker image, and it will generate a report in a table format. So now what I want to do is I want it to be utilized here in my report file, which I will be assigning to my this image, this variable, which is Trivy report. And so that after scanning and all, I will have a detailed report file which I can see or monitor, or you can say analyze after the pipeline is done. Okay, I think yeah, I think we are good to go. And here instead of Trivy scanner, what we can do is Trivy scanning is successful. Okay, so now we just have to do the same thing. We have to copy this method name, and we have to paste it here. And now let us execute this. Okay, yeah, sorry, I forgot to use comma here. And now let me execute this again. Um, I guess, okay, my bad. I think I have not utilized my Trivy report variable here. So for that, I will be using with module, which is a predefined module used in Python. So what I will do, I will just use my Trivy report here. Let me hold. Yeah, okay. Pipeline failed because I have like hold in between. So what I have to do is I just have to declare my variable where my report will be saved, and I will be giving this as a write mode. Like we can write everything inside this. Like we can use this file and we can write and read, and after that we will just give it as report file. Okay, now I got the logic. Okay, so basically what I'm doing here is, if I explain you, so I'm using Trivy report variable which I have declared at the top, and I'm giving it as a write and read mode, so that my code can easily write everything inside this file, and I am like aliasing this as my report file, and I'm using the same here as my standard output module. And after completing this Trivy scan, then it will create the report, write the report inside this file, and the file name would be my hyphen report.txt, and it will be like located inside the repository. Okay, so I think now I'm good. Now I understood what I was missing. Okay, now let us execute this again. Okay, now we just have to wait for the 10 second for our second stage to get triggered. Now our Docker image stage is also done. We will wait for 10 seconds more. Now we are installing my Trivy scanner tool, and I think it is also installed and configured in my system as well. Now we are just executing our Trivy scan, or you can say Trivy image, so that now we can get a report and the logs that how many criticals and mediums, code leakage, or any other scanning issues we have inside our code or image. So it will give us a proper report, and after executing all the thing, we will be having a text file as well, which has all the logs related to our report. So I think it is also already created. Okay, it is empty now. I think it will just execute everything inside this. Let us just wait for this to happen. I think I have used this correct command, which is Trivy image, then my Docker image name with the tag we have provided earlier, and standard out is report file, and check is also true. Usually it take time because it is scanning and cross-checking everything which is inside the database which Trivy usually handles, and it compares according to the databases, so that our issues or our vulnerabilities can be checked in real time, and we will get a like full updated report as well. Okay, so yeah, it is also completed, and Trivy scanning is successful. And now when I will just check my text file, so here I have a full report of the CVEs and all the vulnerabilities which my Docker image has currently. So here you can see that total 6080 issues which or you can say vulnerabilities my Trivy has detected, and these are the reports which my developer team and my senior management and stakeholders can go through, and accordingly they can like correct or modify the code. So till here we are going good, and we are able to do everything which we have like using our CI tools, traditional CI tools, with our Python code as well. So this is our checking out code, building our Docker image. I don't have any unit test, so yeah, I have missed that, but you can add it if that is a requisite. After that, we are using Trivy, like we are installing Trivy tool, and after that we have scanned our image as well using Trivy scanner. And now the last stage is we can run our Docker application. So what we can give, let me copy the same like this. Define. Now we just have to run our Docker application or Docker image. Running okay, spelling, okay, yeah, running Docker image, the same I have to use here as my print message or a long message. I don't think we will be requiring this now. Okay, and yeah, now we just have to remove the sleep command as well because it's not required now. Okay, we can also write print message as running our Docker image. Running our Docker image, and now we just have to remove this thing because it's not required now. So now we will use the same command which we have always used, which is docker run, and hyphen itd, and we just have to provide the port which is -p, and inside that my container use 3000 port. So I'm just giving my host with 3011, and this is the port I just need for this. And yeah, I think docker run -itd -p and the port name, this is the image name. Yeah, we don't require this now because we are not storing this in any sort of file. And now we just have to use this method and paste it here, and now we are good to go with the pipeline. And yeah, it is complete pipeline. And now let's execute this. Okay, okay, sorry, my bad, I forgot a comma after my ports. So yeah, let's execute this again. Syntax invalid, docker run -itd -p. Okay, sorry, a comma here as well. Now execute this. Yeah, cloning has started. Now we will build the Docker image. It won't take much time because everything is is cached already. And after building my Docker image, we will install Trivy also. After Trivy, we will scan our image as well and store everything inside our my report.txt file. And yeah, after that we will execute our application. and that we can also check from the ports. Yeah, our application has not started, so we just have to wait for some time. What is happening? Traffic ports, it usually don't take that much of time. Yeah, okay, it's up. So our scanning is also in progress. Let us just wait for it to get completed. After that, we are just running our Docker image. That's it. Okay, so now it is detecting the vulnerabilities, and our Trivy scanning stage is also done and is successful. And now the final stage, yeah, running our Docker image, and it is running. Let us check the same by giving the port 3011. I guess this is the port I have provided here, 3011. Yeah. We can also check the same here, Docker ps. Yeah, it is running. We just have to wait for some time to get up. Yeah, okay. So yeah, our application is also running, and we can check the temperature of New Delhi, London, and New York. Okay, so we can say that our application is running successfully. It is getting deployed correctly, and we have not used any you can say that any traditional CI tool. Everything is created on scratch, and we have also learned some sort of Python today, like how we can play with the libraries and how we can utilize Python for similar automations, which many of the tools already provide. So I hope this video was some sort of useful for you, and you can also try the same from your end. And because my main aim here is just to get it familiar, you guys, with Python, because Python is a, you can say that Python is a prerequisite now for DevOps engineer. So like it would be beneficial if you can start early and like start practice along with your DevOps tools and all. So thank you for your time, and let's meet in the next video. Thank you.